I'm recording now. Hey guys, Matt Science here, and today I'm doing a podcast on Qrow and Raven from RWBY, and today I'm joined by Alex Mercer and Summer.
Yes. Hello, I'm the guy with the...
Hey, don't worry, no one sees the picture. No one sees the picture. I don't record the phone.
That's not Adam.
It's a good butt.
Hey, let's try and keep butts out of the conversation.
Fine.
So yeah, today's podcast is about Qrow and Raven. It's a much easier podcast today because it's just 2 characters rather than 4. So first of all, opinions about them.
I kind of like Qrow. He was cool.
Yeah, Qrow's a really good character.
Raven's great.
Like, they're both really good
Yeah,
characters.
I was just thinking about how Raven's probably like one of my top 5 favorite characters, to be honest.
My favorite character
She's
is
a great design.
like my favorite character is always going to be Blake, and then it's Yang. Then it's probably Qrow, Raven, and Cinder.
Good choices.
Yeah. Honestly, I can't even list like top 5, even though I just did. It's just like it's hard to pick.
Yeah, not in any particular order.
Yeah. Well, I
feel
always
that.
say that Blake is my favorite. And I don't even know why.
I like Raven's sword a lot.
Hey Dan.
Yo, how goes it?
Well, this is a
What the
podcast
fuck?
I'm doing at the moment. You've literally just joined 2 minutes into it. Are you okay with your voice being recorded?
Oh. Yeah, sure. Why not? It's not like anybody's gonna know me anyway.
Nah.
Wow.
That's the spirit.
Hey, I'm totally okay with it, guys. I mean, it's probably better that way.
Yeah. So we're talking about Qrow and Raven at the moment for this podcast.
Oh, the Branwen things.
Do we have to
Yep.
keep the stick
Very
word?
popular choice, I'd say.
Well,
One of the favorites.
my first week was actually like the most popular one, and that was about Team RWBY.
Jesus.
I just want Raven to yell at me for like 2 hours. That's all I want.
Why?
No reason.
I'm very terrified. I should be.
Maybe 'cause
Summer,
we
you're
got this-
gonna end up hating this podcast. I will say.
You're the one who invited me.
I know.
Well, and anyways, about the Branwen
Hey,
twins.
this
Have we
is
come
gonna
up
add
with
some-
any interesting subjects about them?
Well, one thing I would wish that they tried to do is tackle the transformation from their human form to bird form on screen.
That's a good one.
Like,
Yeah, that is.
literally in Volume
That'd be
6, we
interesting,
see...
but wouldn't that also be kind of emotionally scarring in some ways?
Mm-hmm.
Nah.
What?
Seeing them
I see worse.
from
Just
transform on
animating
screen.
it.
Yeah, the animation would not look great, but it's like... Literally with Volume 6...
We got to see the gods do it.
Yeah. But
It's possible.
with Volume 6, we literally just see Qrow jump off a cliff and transform. Like, why the hell do you
Yeah,
need to
that's
jump off a
ridiculous.
cliff to transform? Just so we don't see it
The
on screen.
animators are like, please don't make us do it.
I just once. You just have to do it once, and then you can just be like, oh yeah, okay, now we don't need to do it anymore.
Wait, if they do it, I want it to be like in a Magical Girl anime show where there's like a whole like scene with like a lot of music.
Oh
I
no!
want it to be a whole thing.
It's gonna be
Can you
horrible.
imagine
Somebody's gonna-
Qrow doing that?
I feel like somebody's gonna make a parody.
That would
of this.
probably be one of the dumbest
Please,
things
someone do that.
I would have ever seen. if that's actually.
I'll give whoever does that $5.
Wow.
My mind's scarred now. My mind's scarred.
I'll do it myself.
You just pay yourself $5.
Well, that's gonna get me crying.
You're not the only one crying.
Oh
We gotta
man.
get some music in here. Qrow gets his whole 5 minutes. Every episode.
No.
5-minute trip from. Are you kidding me?
No. It's an instantaneous
Most,
transformation every
just be a
time.
minute 15 seconds.
Okay, fine. I'll take what I can get. Qrow's gotta have his big moment, okay?
Oh my gosh.
He's had tons of big moments. Don't
Hello?
you remember the time
Hold
he
on.
fought against
Hello?
Tyrion? What about the shining debut of his scythe mode?
I actually was surprised because of that. I'm like, shit.
Yeah, that was a pretty.
It's Crescent
His
Road.
weapon
saw
is
it
actually
coming.
pretty cool because it's it has a scythe, and then the blade can actually turn to a straight one. I don't know the technical name of it, but also a shotgun.
That's
So,
gotta
yeah,
be
that's
so
pretty-
heavy.
Yeah.
And he holds that thing
Oh,
with one hand.
apparently for him, it's totally fine. It's Final Fantasy VII logic with cloud strike. Nobody questions it.
It's supposed to be a heavy weapon, and
Well, hey, you have
That's my
Ruby
only
holding
complaint
her
about it.
weapon.
yeah, that's even more ridiculous, to be honest.
Yeah.
Ruby's like a small
Hey,
girl.
fella.
Apparently she's able to carry that thing as if it's made of styrofoam.
Hey, fella, you can join the voice chat if you want. It's a podcast at the moment.
Fella, we were saying that we think that the animator should animate the transformation between Qrow going from his human form to his bird form.
Ah.
And I said it should be like in a magical girl anime show.
They can't
Wonder
join.
if Raven
They're
is
incognito.
going to get the same thing someday.
They're incognito.
She's turn.
Coward!
Oh my god, I hate myself.
I mean, it would be interesting to see
American
at
Crow Wolf
least,
and Atlas.
but by the rating of taking the show seriously at that point, all of the rest of the charisma or lack thereof of the show that
Oh
they still
yeah,
had would
there
probably
were
go down.
in the blog that I wrote that's related to this to Qrow and Raven. I made a bit of a joke as well, based on like the story that was told of this guy that was extremely unlucky.
Okay then. Moving right along. Let's
Which semblance do you want to start with first? You want to start with Qrow or Raven?
Let's do Raven.
Okay, you sure?
Those portals are badass. Sure.
Yeah. Well, let's just say those portals, if those were actually possible things, because we haven't actually proven them, they're like wormholes. Because you're bending
Amazing.
space-time to get from one point to another.
Well, you know, she's just teleporting.
Magic. That's how. Kidding.
How is a semblance any different from magic or dust?
Because reasons.
Well, if that semblance was to be
You know,
a thing in real life,
they
you know what would
stress
happen?
The fact that semblances and dust and magic are completely different things, and I
Mhm.
guess they kind of explained what dust was and what a semblance was.
That's
They
like
couldn't
a
have
whole other
explained that on the
discourse.
show instead of making a mini series of informational videos. What?
Jesus.
Oh, wow.
Oh, man.
So, but yeah, if those portals were to be like a realistic thing, you know what would happen? An atomic size explosion. Atomic bomb explosion right in your face.
It's magic.
Is that so?
Anime logic.
Well, I'm sorry, but science would kill Raven off. And everyone else. Because to keep a wormhole open, you require negative mass. And, like, just for the math that was calculated in the video that I watched as reference to write the stuff, he calculated, the guy calculated 70 sextillion kilograms of negative mass, which is enough to cancel out our moon. Thing is, with Raven's portals, she could be literally across the other side of the map and still be able to reach Qrow. And in that situation, it would just be like way bigger amounts of negative mass required just to keep it open, because it's such a long distance.
I see.
So do you not like her semblance?
No, it is an awesome semblance to have. It's just, realistically, you'd be dead the first ever time you used it.
It's pretty unfortunate for her.
Mm-hmm.
Because she just wants to get away from people, it seems like.
Yeah, well, the first time she ever
pretty
used
much.
it as like a long distance thing, she would have killed everyone in RWBY by making one portal.
Let me see if I can go over the list of all the things that she's done so far. So, Raven Branwen, as far as I know, she abandoned her team for a family that doesn't even seem like it's a well-functioning family.
Yeah.
Soon became the leader of one of the most productive bandit groups across the entire map.
Yeah.
Abandoned her husband and her daughter, basically leaving them to the mercy of whatever else is after them.
Yeah.
She comes back a couple of years later just to spout a bunch of nonsense about her backstory to her now legitimate daughter. Got to a couple more volumes later, said daughter finally finds her, but she's not ecstatic at the reunion at all. Actually seems like she's just straight up mocking her for even trying. And after that's over,
she sends her off to Qrow.
Get the big fact drop that she's actually the one who inherited the Spring Maiden powers.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I should have known that. But at the same time, I'm kind of disappointed that I did.
So gonna go a bit off
makes
top.
things easier, but I mean, at least they're not gonna be taken that easily in comparison to the last user, at least from what I've heard.
You know what would be
Still,
interesting to find
there's one
out?
thing that I just don't understand about the Maiden powers. What's their purpose now?
Mainly just to
focus
unlock
of
the
Maidens
doors.
has kind of just faded into the background after everything else was revealed. Got a romantic subplot with Ozpin and Salem.
It's
Dysfunctional
basically what
marriage
it is.
soon resulted in the...
Basically, what you need the maidens for is to unlock the
Actually,
doors.
it was more like Salem was lovesick, and then she caused the apocalypse, and then the whole dysfunctional marriage happened after Salem went berserk.
I don't like the fact that Ozpin has lied a lot. Because...
Oh, no, me neither.
Like, in Volume 3, you find
Has
out...
she really done anything
it was
that lethal?
Yeah, in Volume 3...
Sure, he kind of just took
Guys...
He kind of just took a bunch of people and turned them into warriors and fed them the lie that they were just fighting against the Grimm to save humanity, when really Ozpin just wanted an easy way out to try and stop Salem, but
but yeah,
apparently Ozpin, he can't.
But yeah, Ozpin lied in Volume 3 saying that the old guy gave 4 ladies the power of the maidens. Again, Warfighter.
Hey.
The
Can you go to the
podcast is
forest
going
again?
now. Just so you know.
Alright. Okay, good.
I honestly don't know where they're heading with this series now. My mind is completely boggled.
But yeah,
We got
in volume 6.
That's so much to cover.
In
Still
volume
so much to
6.
cover. We still don't know much about the Silver-Eyed Warriors.
Yeah.
Or heck, we don't know anything about the Maiden powers or their significance to the world's survival. We got the relics, and I'm pretty sure those are pretty self-explanatory as to what they do.
Yeah, but
Why are we gathering them?
hey, just to bring it back
Bring
around,
them all
you
together.
mentioned the
Won't that
relics.
just automatically summon the gods, and then we're all screwed?
You mentioned the
Does there need to
relics.
be some kind of ritual? That was never really explained.
Excuse me. You mentioned the relics. The reason why the maidens exist at this point now is just they're basically keys. Because you need them to unlock the door to get the relics.
Okay, so that's all they are. They're just keys. Okay,
They're just keys with powers.
They also exist because Ozpin gave them magic. For who knows why.
Summers says in the chat, this seems off topic. I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to bring it back, because I'm sort of bringing it back. I want to mention Summer. Would it be cool if we found out that she used to be the Summer Maiden or something like that?
Summer Rose?
Too
I'm
obvious.
not really that fond of that theory, to be honest. I think because the maidens weren't really a thing until, like, Volume 3.
Yeah.
It would be too obvious.
So her name being Summer is pure coincidence. However, if she had to be a maiden, I would rather she be the Winter Maiden. Just for the chaos.
Irony.
Oh, that was the irony.
I would want that so
Make it
bad.
happen.
That'd be so much better.
Why don't we get down to the topic of Cinder? Any opinions about her?
We're getting off topic again. It's mainly about Qrow and Raven today. That's why I brought up Summer, because they were on the same
never
team.
mind.
I'm
Throw all
sorry.
my
I'm
ideas
sorry.
out the window. Let's switch the tracks back.
I'm sorry. Cinder will
Sorry,
be a
it's just-
topic at one point in the topic of semblances that are not explained as well, like with Mercury, and like some other characters that are like. I had one person say that Neon semblance was like what we saw in the fight in Volume 3 between.
I probably just ruined the podcast, but whatever.
What's this? Oh no, you didn't. You didn't. I'm just.
Anyways, back to Raven, I guess.
Well, I've mostly explained it all. But yeah, literally, like with Raven's stuff, it's like the real world mathematics of it is like the hardest thing ever. I would never be able to solve it. Like,
They're trying to say that Raven's semblance, according to real world physics, it would actually be more like a doomsday weapon, if anything, instead of a mode of transport.
yeah. If they actually exist. There's no proof that they exist.
Well, all of the characters are still alive,
Interesting,
so it's
But yeah.
interesting tidbit of information.
They haven't died yet.
At some point, something's gonna go wrong.
All we need to figure out is just when it's going to happen.
Over in the other chat room that me and Summer are in, there was one voice chat where someone mentioned, like, having, like, someone at the bottom of the ocean to use as, like, a portal. Like, just to flood everyone.
Oh, dang.
Like, do you remember that, Summer?
was nice to see Senor Salem again.
I don't. Maybe I wasn't there.
Maybe you weren't. But yeah, someone said it was like you someone like Qrow at the bottom of the ocean. And then whenever you just want to flood people, you just open up like a portal next to Qrow. That's sort of the point. He would already be dead.
Can she make a portal to dead people?
That's actually a good question. I don't know.
If she can, I want her to visit Summer's grave, to be
Yeah,
honest.
I hope she would.
That'd be such a sweet moment.
I wonder what she would say.
There is one song that was like very confusing at the time, but one person sort of summed it up well, and with it actually being Raven's song of all people, and this one was Sacrifice.
I've heard that around.
Yeah, I was having trouble writing out my quiz, so I'm like, okay, I'll turn to YouTube for possible answers. And Eruption Fang's video caught my attention. And I'm like, okay, I can just work with this.
I haven't listened to Sacrifice with the idea that Raven's singing it in mind, so I don't know.
I thought
Like,
Sacrifice
when you do, it
was
makes a lot of
Salem's.
sense.
Okay. I think it might. I think there's like a line in there about silver eyes or something.
Yeah, there is a line there about silver eyes.
Mirrored eyes?
The truth will be revealed by mirrored eyes, I think it was.
Yeah, it wouldn't make sense for Salem to say that.
Yeah. Showing off my knowledge.
Man, now I wish Raven had mentored RWBY instead of Maria. That'd be neat.
Oh my gosh. Still a bit tired. Anyways,
Is
so
it 8 in
yeah.
the morning?
Yeah, it's getting close to 8:30 in the morning now. But I woke up at like 7.
Oh, dang.
Well, actually, I woke up at 6. Then I just laid in my bed for like an hour before getting up.
Wow.
But yeah, so
Raven's weapon is probably one of my favorites.
let's move on
Weapon
to.
is rather cool.
Let's talk about Qrow and his semblance.
Okay, sure.
Probably like the worst semblance to have ever.
Everybody's favorite punch-drunk piece of shit. I'm feeling DD.
Hey, no swearing. No swearing. Or at least try not to swear
Not
too
my
often.
Christian anime server.
Jesus.
Nah, it's the YouTube. They can get rather strict about swearing.
Oh.
I feel like that. Oh god.
Although I have sworn in my own
what
videos
more
and yet
can be
somehow
said
hasn't
about
been
Qrow, Branwen,
flagged
hasn't
for
been
it.
said already?
I never did understood his semblance, though. It's technically bad luck.
Yeah,
Never
it
did
is bad luck, and it's like
understand
it's
it.
one he can't really control that well.
Yeah.
I thought they said that he could.
He can
He
control
does have
it.
some kind of degree of controlling
Yeah,
the intensity of the bad luck.
Yeah, that's like
Can't
it.
get it off, though.
And it's not only him that experiences bad luck; it's other people as well. Anyone around him.
Yeah.
Like, remember the
Yeah,
Quarantarium
that's
fight
their good
when they get up onto the roof?
Oh, yeah.
Jesus.
He notices there was like a broken board, or like a board that was about to break.
I think just wood in general.
No. You actually see a shot of like them in the background, and then like the spot that he is most likely looking at, and then he runs right towards that spot, and Tyrion lands on it and falls through the roof.
I remember that.
Amazing.
So he can use his semblance as an advantage in a fight.
Only in a solo fight, though.
Only in a solo fight.
Which is also unfortunate. I don't think he wants to be alone.
Yeah. But yeah, so...
Qrow and Raven semblances should have been switched.
Well, crows are the symbol of bad luck. That's why his semblance is basically bad luck. That's the only reason. That's like the only
to be a
connecting
sign
point.
of anything?
Death.
Yeah, aren't semblances supposed to, like, represent their personality? I don't know how that fits, though.
No,
With Qrow at
it's
least.
not. That's not the case every time. That's not the case every time with, like,
It seems
with
like
everyone.
most time.
Like, most people it would be, but, like, you would have that one rare occasion where it's not.
Or maybe the person just doesn't know how it fits.
Well, with last week, getting a bit off topic, with last week, with John, his semblance of aura sharing can be attributed to the fact that he wants to give everything he's got to other people.
Well, and he's willing to, I think, like, put himself in harm's way if it means helping others.
Yeah,
'Cause,
that's...
like, in Volume 3, he runs out into the middle of the stage for Pyrrha,
Yeah.
even though that bird was trying to get in.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, it fits him pretty well.
Yeah. When you think about, like,
What the fuck is this?
that in that way, it makes a lot more sense than how it just appeared out of nowhere. Literally, though, when I first saw it, I'm like, you're the healer. And that's literally what I've just called him as, like, a extra name. Hey, where we are.
I thought it was healing as well.
Well, yeah, what?
Hey,
We're being recorded.
yeah,
Oh.
you're being recorded, mate. So if you don't want to talk, don't talk.
That's fine.
You okay with
Seems like
that?
quiet.
Yeah, no, I'm fine. I might not talk a lot, but yeah, I'll try to join as much as I can.
Well, today's topic is Qrow and Raven. Though we're a bit off.
So you don't think it fits?
We're a bit off topic
Okay.
at the moment. We've just talking about Jordan quickly, but we're gonna get back on topic.
It's kind of related.
Yeah, it kind of related because it
In
was
general.
the last week's podcast I was just talking about, which by the way
Was
went
about
horrible. We've
Darn.
ended with Warfighter's internet just cutting out, so I was just left sitting here talking.
Yeah, that seems like. I think it's in the other chat.
Well, he said last time that his internet just cut out, and he did just randomly leave like twice.
Yeah, I'm like, wait, what? Wait. Yeah, something's happening to his internet, or he's having bad luck right now.
Is he Qrow?
I don't
Well,
know.
I'm hearing some feedback in someone's like phone or something like that.
It might be me,
Yeah.
like, moving around.
Yeah, I'm moving around too a little. I'm like getting up right now. Hopefully that doesn't pick up.
This might be heresy to say. I'm not, like, a really big fan of his weapon, though.
His weapon can be a bit ridiculous at times. Yeah.
Whose weapon?
Qrow's.
Qrow.
Turns to a sword and then a scythe.
I don't know.
Qrow's.
It's just not, like, very aesthetically pleasing to look at.
Qrow's weapon is basically a weapon from Bloodborne. There's actually a weapon in Bloodborne that's exactly what he uses.
Yeah.
Except he has a gun on it.
The
Oh
Qrow
yeah, I
has
know
a
what you're
side
talking.
version.
The gun.
Or the gun.
But
My
yeah,
friend plays Bloodborne, so I know most
It's still
No, some of
ridiculous that he can hold it with one hand while using it.
Pardon me.
I can't accept that as canon.
I mean, that must be pretty strong.
No.
Guy
He's
do
always
those
strong.
arm
Look
lifts
at
every
his-
day.
Look at his little noodle arms. He doesn't have muscle.
Aura. That's the only thing I can think.
Is that how aura works?
It's just
I don't know.
just super strong aura.
I need Ironwood to exposition aura to me again.
Jesus.
Yeah. But
I'm
yeah.
not a big fan of his outfit either.
Yeah, it's alright.
His shirt kind of looks like a bowling shirt. I don't know, I can't see
Yeah.
anything else.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
It does.
I see it.
It just looks
I want him
like
to get at least a new shirt.
it's just like gotta get ready for that Sunday bowling every day.
Crow would go bowling.
Such an uncle thing to do. I don't know why.
It'd be one of those bowling games that are really depressing too.
I really suck at bowling. Oh god.
Oh my god.
Do you think he always has beer breath?
Oh, he would so
bet he
have
is
beer
terrible.
breath.
No wonder Winter
I'm
doesn't
pretty sure he
want
would
this.
eat the entire mint bottle.
I don't blame her.
Jesus.
Although in Volume
Sure,
6
right,
we see Qrow at the end of Volume 6 we see Qrow not actually drinking from his flask. Like he goes to and then he doesn't.
I noticed.
So and like I wrote I did a thing where I was writing the sins for RWBY as like a sort of a joke on for Amino at this point now. And I'm like, for one I wrote, is Qrow finally kicking the booze? Like, is Qrow finally kicking the
I don't
alcohol?
think he's just gonna quit cold turkey like that, to be honest.
It'd be interesting to see if he drinks less often, because we always see him drunk anyway.
Yeah.
I'll bet he's gonna get better, and then there's gonna be like a moment where he starts drinking again because something bad happened.
Yeah. Or that he
It's gonna
dies.
be terrible. I'm not ready for that. No.
Hmm. Well, with his semblance
He
of
hasn't
bad
died
luck,
yet.
we don't know what could happen with his semblance of bad luck. It could just randomly decide, oh, we're gonna try and kill Qrow out of nowhere.
His cape
Just
is
feel like
made entirely out of death flags.
I feel like if he could control his semblance, he would be overpowered as hell, but he...
Okay.
Yeah, that's
so
why they couldn't
how to defeat
do
Salem?
that.
John and Qrow need to go hide under a box or something in Salem's little castle, and just wreak havoc from the inside.
Oh, Lord.
Supercharged bad luck.
But yeah,
Like
but what if the bad luck
we
just
can
ends up revealing
we can
Qrow
box some
and
stuff.
John?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Oh, Lord.
Oh my gosh.
It'll work.
Hey, you bring up
They'll never know what
you
hit
bring
them.
up Salem, and I sort of brought this up in the first podcast I did on Team RWBY, but Salem's castle, we're bound to have a fight there. No,
Yeah, for sure.
like
For sure.
especially with
Yeah,
how
like-
they've built out the land a lot.
Oh yeah. And
I
we've
would
only
be
seen
ups-
one room.
Yeah, I would be upset if they didn't have a fight there.
And we've only just now seen part of the front door. Just a part of it.
But yeah, we're bound to have
Meeting
a
room
fight
tussle.
at Salem's castle, and her
I
place
can't
is
wait for
actually
that.
on a giant floating island. That's why that's what it looks like to be, because you have to fly to even get up there to Salem's place.
Or maybe they were just traveling. Like, travel by airship. There doesn't seem to be any roads. Like,
Well,
there.
Here's the thing: the island is covered in black crystals, and black is like anti-gravity. I think it was, like
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I can see
Or
that.
just gravity in general.
just gravity dust. Yeah, which means her place could literally be in the sky, which is just like, how has no one found it?
I can't talk. Grim Goop, whatever that stuff is, just can I corrupt dust, or would that just do nothing to it? I'm curious.
I think it's the God of Darkness's pools of destruction, so it would
Yeah.
probably just destroy it.
Yeah. It would
Because it
just
tries to
destroy it.
Render it unusable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can definitely see
You'd
that.
never get that shit back.
Yeah, no, it's gone.
It'd be gone
Hey,
forever.
language.
Oh, sorry.
I mean, unless someone
It's-
was able
it's
to
okay.
find some way to utilize it into a specially made weapon, by all means. Go nuts.
That'd be horrifying. I imagine it's like acid or something.
Hmm.
Oof. Oof.
Melt chop your face off.
But so yeah, getting back to Qrow's semblance of bad luck, I literally I had to do practically zero research for it because there was a video by Good Mythical Morning that literally explained everything that's ever happened to the world's most unluckiest woman and man. Literally,
Uh-huh.
like,
And that would be who?
so the world's most unluckiest woman is Jean Rogers. I don't remember everything that I had to write down for it, but I do remember she had a bat stuck in her hair. She's fallen in an open manhole cover.
Oh, Lord.
She's fallen off a cruise ship, and her friend went to go and get help. Then her friend fell, got knocked and fainted, and then she woke up and was like, "Oh yeah, my friend's still out in the ocean." So they had to turn the whole cruise
I feel like
ship
you're also-
around just to pick her up.
I feel like if you survive all that, you're also possibly the luckiest person.
That's sort of the point I'm trying to make.
I wouldn't say that's lucky, to be honest, though.
Yeah,
I'd rather
you
just
wouldn't
not
say
have
that
it.
it's lucky, but technically, if you survived everything, it is lucky, in a way.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like the guy who got struck by lightning multiple times.
Yeah, the world record for the most amount of lightning strikes is actually 7.
Oof.
Yeah. I'm still in the chat, but I've got to go and find my blog so that it's a lot easier for me to explain.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Good thing I haven't posted anything recently. But yeah, so other things that has happened to Jean Rogers, she has been struck by lightning twice.
Oof.
She's been mugged, been shot at while riding horseback. And that is no joke. Like, that's everything I have here.
What is this woman's life like? Like,
Oh,
what
oh.
are you doing to get into these situations?
Hey, you want to hear the story of the world's most unluckiest man, though?
Sure.
Sure.
His name is Frano Salak. I don't know what language it is, really. It is a odd name to have. In 1962, train crashing off the tracks into an icy river. And he was the only one that survived, and he had a broken arm. The year after, he's on a plane. The plane starts to crash. He's the only one that survives.
Oh, that's traumatic.
No. Do you want to know how he survives?
How so?
He gets
Is it
sucked
something
out of
horrible?
the airplane and lands in a haystack. Just
That's actually
Assassin's
really
Creed.
lucky.
Yeah, that was extremely lucky.
Yeah. 1966. Bus skids off the road into another icy river.
Oof.
And then 1970, spontaneous car fire. And what literally happened was that the car, like the fuel tank of the car literally exploded.
Jesus.
3 years later after that, a faulty fuel pump caused flames to come out of the air vents of the car he's in.
Jesus.
Like, vehicles are trying to kill this dude.
Well, guys, I gotta go.
Oh, okay.
Alright, see
I'd
ya,
be
man.
scared.
See ya.
See you around.
Like, after all that stuff happens to you, like, you really have to be very
Hang on.
willful to wake up in the
I'm not
middle
done.
of
I'm
the
not
day.
done. I'm not done.
Yeah.
1995. Gets ran over by a bus. And walks away with only cuts and bruises.
Jesus.
Like, this dude is literally just walking down the street and gets hit by a bus. Like, no way you would survive that.
Yeah. Well, depending on how fast it's going, at least.
Oh, and one last thing. The year after that, he's on a mountain road, ends up heading headfirst towards a truck in the mountains, swerves to avoid it, and goes off a 300-foot cliff.
Oof. This guy sounds like a Final Destination, like, character
Yeah.
who just doesn't die.
And you know what? You know what makes it even more funny? He literally jumps out of the car and lands in the tree. This dude is like the best
This is
action
honestly
man ever.
terrifying.
Like, I could not leave my house if all that stuff happened to me.
But get this, after all this stuff has happened to him, he ends up winning the lottery.
Damn. I also imagine his insurance is really good.
Yeah. He's actually done an ad for, I think it was Doritos or something like that. Reaccounting, like, everything that he's survived.
Local man refuses to die.
Yep. He is literally almost like unkillable until he dies. Which did happen. He just died naturally.
Yeah, that's the best way to go out.
Yeah, that's the best way to go out. Although, if you do want to go out, how would you go out?
Probably in sleep.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want to be doing
what's
something
best.
cool while you died?
Not really.
No, I mean,
Not being able to
There's-
anticipate it.
yeah. Dying is not pleasant.
There was there's this channel that I watch called Dead Meat, and there was one kill where from like Jason X, literally this guy was holding Jason, and literally fell from the sky down to earth.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about
Yeah.
right now.
Oh, that would just.
Oh my god.
It'd be awesome to just be in that situation because you probably like die before you hit the ground. Hopefully,
Yeah.
but even
no,
if
you'd
you
be completely
don't, like,
Disintegrated. There wouldn't be anything left of you.
but yeah, that would be awesome. It's just like, yeah, I'm holding this guy that's like a killer, and falling from the sky towards Earth. Like seriously, how does it not get any more awesome than that?
I don't know. I don't want to be like. I'd rather just be asleep, to be honest.
Yeah.
Quickly, without me knowing.
If it wasn't sleep, maybe like some kind of terminal disease. Because at the very least, it's not violent.
I don't know. You'd have to like live thinking about it all the time.
Yeah.
True, but like you can come to
It'd be
terms
like a giant countdown clock hanging over you.
True, but you can come to terms with it, unlike like a car accident where you're like your car is just totaled and you're crushed.
Ooh.
That's not fun.
Bit off topic still, but I want to do a quick would you rather question actually. If that's okay.
Sure.
Would you
Yep.
rather know how you die or when you die?
Oh, that's actually a really good question.
Yeah, because with
Oh.
like with when you're just counting down the days until you die, and with how
You'd be paranoid forever.
you'd be careless forever because you could just avoid that situation, but you're gonna end up in that situation somehow.
I'd rather do when. At the very least, I can maybe just kind of come to terms with it.
Yeah,
That might be smart.
I'll
If you
choose.
didn't, how?
I'd
What if
choose.
it was something like a car crash? You'd never want to drive again.
Oh, I don't drive, but
Yeah.
I use like cars and
When
buses
is
a
probably
lot.
best, even if I don't want to know.
Yeah, when would probably be best.
Because at the very least, like, oh, I know I'm going to die this day. Hey, at least I can do all this before I die.
Yeah.
What if it was like next week?
Well, then
You're like,
that's my
no.
bucket. I'm going to have to go through my bucket
Fellas
list
choosing
real
how
fast.
because they say they'll be dreading the date.
Yeah, but like, what if it's something so small? Or like a plane crash or something. You'll never get on a plane, and then there'll be a day where you have to get on a plane, and it's gonna be the most miserable flight of your life.
But yeah, with Final Destination 5, there was like this one kill of like this wheel just went flying away from the plane, and then this.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, it just gets crushed by the wheel of the plane.
That's like that's literally the end of the movie.
Yeah, that is like the best kill at the end of the movie. That's like the best
I
kill to
hate
do at
those
the end of the
movies.
movie.
They make me so paranoid.
Final Destination 5 was one of those rare movies that actually has made me nervous about things.
Like, yeah.
Because
Like,
a lot of it were like,
Ev-
had like one had a nail and like, oh, no, don't step on it. And then someone steps on it like,
was like one of the worst ones. I will never drive behind a log truck ever.
oh.
Ever.
I guess I'm not that worried about it.
Yeah, I wouldn't be that worried about it.
Yeah, so if we gonna get back on topic, trying to think of something we could. We were talking about weapons earlier, right?
No, we were talking about Qrow's semblance mostly.
Semblances.
Semblances, okay.
We're trying to keep it on Qrow and Raven mostly, because I want to do like separate videos for separate semblances sort of thing, or like separate groups of semblances.
I feel like Raven's semblance isn't really that. It's useful in a sense, but like the way she would has to use it, it's not very useful.
Oh, you
At least
I want to
combat-wise.
see her
you
try
missed
to use it in a fight.
talk about Raven's semblance actually, didn't you?
I want to see her use it in a Stark flashback.
Yeah, but yeah, Webbia.
While they're fighting.
According to the research that I found for that, Raven's semblance would actually literally just blow up.
What do you mean?
Like an atomic bomb size explosion would happen, like when Raven creates a portal. Well, actually,
What are the specific science behind this exactly?
so portals they're technically like wormholes because you're folding space time to travel from one point to another instantaneously.
I'm guessing the energy to make that would be immense.
Yeah. Do you want to know what you need?
How much?
You would need. Well, I don't know how much, but you would need negative mass.
And I'm guessing that stuff is near impossible to get.
Yeah, it's near impossible to create. And the amount, just for the video that I watched, the amount you need for in the Portal game, for it to be real, would be enough to cancel out the moon. 70 sextillion kilos.
Jesus. Oof.
Now, remember how Raven's portal can basically be from wherever she is to wherever someone else is?
Yeah, it's connected. If I remember correctly, it's connected to people she
Has made a
bonded
connection with.
to.
Yeah, she's bonded to. Yeah.
But yeah.
There's a bond
Which isn't the best
two-way
kind.
street, or just people she cares about. What if they didn't care about her?
I feel like it's a little bit of both.
Well,
It's probably both.
she would have to have one to Vanal, actually, for her to be able to get back to her camp. Technically speaking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
If it's a two-way street, she can't go to dead people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless,
Probably. I guess.
Probably
we could try
not.
to argue something.
We don't really know that for certain.
Can she use it when she's a raven?
Yeah, that's
What
actually
if-
a good point. Because we, in the Volume 5 ending, we hear the portal being made, but she's a bird at that time. So, I would say yes.
She could have done the portal and then a bird. It was off screen.
No,
Yeah, that's true.
no, but she wouldn't transform just to make the portal. I would
What if she had turned into a bird when she was pregnant with Yang? Could Yang have been an egg?
I mean,
Whoa.
Either Yang was a bird or it was a really big egg.
Whoa.
What if she was carrying an egg and then she turned into a human? Is that how you get Yang?
I don't know. I don't know if I want to know the answer to that question.
I kind of do. I can't believe no one's asked this at RTX yet. No one asked all the questions.
Oh yeah.
My brain
someone
just
totally
went
should
somewhere
ask that.
completely wrong. I don't want to say.
About Yang being an egg?
No, about Tai Yang and Raven.
Go for it. Say it.
I don't want to because
Say it.
I'm recording at the moment. But
Say it nicely.
but yeah,
No? Family friendly way.
just
We've been talking about guns.
just think about it a little bit.
I think I know what you're thinking, but I'm not gonna say it.
I don't know.
It is not right.
Something with birds, probably.
Yeah, but something with birds.
The birds and the bees.
The literal birds.
Oh my god! I never thought about that pun. The birds and the bees. Damn it!
Freaking Bumblebee.
Yeah.
Why are we cursed?
This fandom's cursed.
We are blessed and cursed.
I will mention what I was thinking after the podcast. Okay.
Great. I'm holding you to that.
Yeah. Oh my god. It was just funny the thought that I had. Anyway, sort of getting back to topic. So yeah, I was not like with with Raven semblance. I cannot would not be able to calculate the amount of negative mass she would need just to keep the portal open for at least 1 second.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, they're actually, they're not really big portals, but they're pretty sizable.
Well,
They're pretty big.
I would
like
say
big
they're the
enough for
same
a whole
size
person in
as
a
the
bike.
doorways in Portal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it would literally use so much, like so much negative mass that it's just like probably counts a huge chunk of space.
Are semblances like categorized? You think?
People have tried
Categorized
to.
by what?
Like think stands.
Stands.
I don't know what that is.
Like JoJo. I might be the only.
I
in
haven't
JoJo,
seen
they have,
JoJo's Bizarre
Yeah,
Adventure.
I've seen that.
Okay, in JoJo they kind of categorize stands, which different abilities and all that, and like short range one might not be very powerful, but it has a huge range.
They're not really categorized. I'm sort of putting them into categories myself for the podcast.
Well, I've seen people try to categorize them as like passive semblances, or like crows, I guess, where you can't turn it off, or maybe
it also
something
depends.
support, like John.
It also depends too, like how unique they are, depending on the individuals. Like, is there a person with the exact same kind, or is it like truly unique?
I've heard people have a category where there's loud semblances, like Yang or Nora or Adam.
Yeah.
And then Ren's would be quiet.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I can
Ren's
see that.
is probably the most quiet
And
one
then
of the
Ruby's
lot.
like in the middle.
Yeah, Crow's quiet. Like
That's his is literally.
Ren is probably the most quiet of the lot. Because his is...
I forget
Emeralds.
sometimes what his is.
I feel like Emeralds is a wild card, depending on... Because that Salem one was pretty loud.
Well, that's her
That was just,
using
like,
it to
really
its
bombastic.
limit. But in doing so,
Yeah.
she ends up being knocked out because of it.
And so there's also semblances can evolve in a sense.
They can evolve.
I want them to elaborate on that.
Because if I remember correctly, Ruby's kind of did. Like she can do it with people now.
Yeah, she can carry people. She can split into three things.
She could always do
and
that.
reform.
She did that with Penny in Volume 2.
Did she?
Yeah, that's right.
I think
She carried her. She had trouble.
She had trouble
thinking-
carrying her
I'm
because
thinking-
she was a robot.
Metal.
when I mean carry, they also turn to petals. I'm thinking of the scene, the train scene.
Oh, they did the same with Nora as well.
Yeah, they
feel
did
like
Nora
they
in
always
Volume
do
4.
I could definitely see them kind of evolve. At the very least, the person learns to control it even more so.
You know, I have a problem with that bit with Ruby and Weiss in Volume 6. Literally, they go right
why?
past a gap that they could have gone into,
Ah.
and then
Logic
just
out the
for
window.
dramatic sense. I'm like,
For the gay.
yeah. But yeah, it is stupid how it's just oh yeah, there's that gap right there. Now we're gonna go a whole car length. I think it's a train
Lesbians
car
killing
length,
themselves.
and just for the dramatic shot of whoosh, going down into the gap.
Bless me. Sneeze.
Bless you.
He sneezed.
I like how you said bless me, though.
Yeah.
That's great. I gotta use that.
Yeah.
She can... A way that hers did evolve was she split into those 3 different petal sections in
That's
the
what I was saying
Volume
earlier.
4 RWBY short.
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier.
Yeah.
That's
And I
the
believe
only
they
place
confirmed
it
that
has
that's canon.
occurred so far.
They did say that was canon, though.
It'd be cool to see that happen again.
Something else I noticed was that's also the first time she used her semblance to, like, kind of make a tornado. I thought that was a cool reference to Dorothy. And that's the first time she did that, so I wonder if that's an upgrade as well.
Oh yeah, she is kind of Dorothy, isn't she?
Yeah.
She made a tornado with her semblance. It was so cool.
Yeah.
Also,
To
her mom,
defeat that gorilla.
I think Summer's supposed to be the witch of the East. Because
The Last Rose of Summer.
Oh, okay. But like, also, I was thinking because, like, you know, they both die off screen and pass on the.
Maybe.
Hmm.
I haven't.
Because in the original Wizard of Oz, they are silver slippers.
Yes.
Oh. I've never seen the very original one.
Yeah,
There's
no, it's
14
like
books.
yeah, it's like an old book.
There's 14 books. I've only gotten through the second one.
14 books. Great.
And then additional material. Like, a lot of additional material.
Oh my gosh.
There's lesbians!
I'm gonna leave the reading
There's
to you then. I'm gonna leave the reading to
Dorothy's
you.
a lesbian!
If there's something I'm gonna give
Well,
Rooster Teeth,
that's
they do
information
really
we
well with
need
their
to know.
like different like fairy tale and story like references really well.
Oh, yeah. I love that so much.
They do it very good.
It's very
I
fun.
want to see like a Paul Bunyan character. That'd be cool.
Oh.
That's cool.
They just have an axe.
Volume 7's coming really soon. It's like
It's like 60 days.
2
60
months
plus
away.
days.
And
Hold on, there's a countdown on Tumblr. Let me look at it.
it actually
I'm sure there's a
starts
countdown,
on
yeah.
November the 2nd.
There's a hiatus countdown, and every single day they make a new post.
Yeah.
What's today, the 30th?
Today
The
is
31st?
for me it's the 1st of September. But
Yeah,
for
it's
you
the
it'd be the
31st
31st
stage
of,
right now.
of
Okay, it's
August.
about 61, 62 days. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go by Texas time.
Yeah, so 62.
Yeehaw.
My family's actually from Texas, or at least a good chunk of my family.
But yeah,
Nice.
so basically it comes out November the 2nd, and rather surprisingly, me and Mythic actually share the same birthday, so, on November the 7th.
What is it? November 7th.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm waiting for PSA about Volume 7 to see if I can do videos within the week of it coming out, because I want to record it like Thursday to upload. And I want to do it on Amino as like a group thing. So like what this is. Except
Are we
not
ever gonna get
not a
cheapy,
podcast though. Just like everyone
this
watches
year.
and then we do a group reaction.
Probably not, to be honest.
Yeah.
With all the crunch time scandals. It's probably for the best.
Yeah.
So probably I'm just gonna have to
I
wait
just
and find
wanted
out.
Chibi Raven.
Chibi Raven, that'd be great.
I kind of want Chibi Adam, but only if he's like an edgelord in the background who no one can
Yes.
follow.
Yes.
I would love that. That would be the
That would be
best.
awesome.
Just like a
He's doing
just like a completely non-self-aware edgelord.
Oh,
Hey,
and then put
Pulling
Chibi
a
Ilya
volume
in there
6.
and give Blake a little harem.
Oh lord.
Adam's just
Oh,
pulling a
Lord.
volume 6 in the background of RWBY Chibi.
They could make all the goat jokes they want.
Oh fuck. Or
Because it's not
jokes.
canon. Nah, the
Bull or
goat
goat?
jokes are funnier, to be honest.
The
He's
goat
a bull.
jokes would be hilarious.
Goat is so much funnier.
No,
Yeah, goat
it'll
is
be
funnier.
Bull. It'll be a Bull, because he's actually supposed to be a bull forness.
They tell him to stop talking bullshit.
Hey, language!
Oh, I'm
Language.
sorry again.
That's okay, it's okay. Just try not to do it too often. I'm still hearing that echo in the background.
I
Is it
keep
coming from
forgetting.
me?
Huh?
I'm on my laptop right now. I hope it's not like me.
I hope it's not either.
I'm hearing it a little bit too.
Like echoes of what exactly?
It's like I say something and then like a few like moments later it's like me talking back.
Oh, gotcha.
I think that's just Amino. Sometimes.
Yeah. 'Cause I have like
If
a
we're
thing
all
right
hearing
now.
it.
I have like headphones in, so there wouldn't be anything picking up.
I
Yeah.
also have headphones.
I can't have a headset on because I need the microphone to pick up this,
Yeah.
which is annoying.
Honestly, I keep forgetting that Adam has horns because they just blend so weirdly
I
into
know.
They
his.
blend so well with the mask that he wears.
His horns are tiny.
They're really tiny.
Maybe he's definitely not compensating for something.
Oh yeah. While you were protesting peacefully, I was studying the blade.
Anyway, I want to sort of stretch out this chat to Team Stark. Mainly Summer and Tai Yang. We've never learnt what Tai Yang's semblance is.
Yeah, I imagine maybe something similar to. I could definitely see something similar to Yang.
I don't know. I feel like he's too calm
Yeah.
to have something like that.
It'd be interesting if we found out what his semblance was in Volume 7 as like a sort of a side story thing.
I hope that he and Raven like randomly teleport in and start kicking ass. It'll never happen though.
If it happens, it'd be like towards the end of the series.
If
And
it
one of them would
happens,
die.
I'm gonna fall out of my chair and squeal. We're like,
But
yes, finally.
But the twist is that
if my thing,
the monkey paw is that it's gonna be off screen.
No.
I'm definitely gonna be writing the sins for Volume 7
Yeah.
as well, because I have to do it for every volume. If that does happen, I'm literally just gonna be like, I'm gonna have to put a sin on it because it's just like out of nowhere this happened sort of thing.
Well, I mean, she went to Tai Yang in the Volume 5 credit scene.
Yeah, but if
So
we don't
it's
see
kind of-
any development with that, that's where the sin would be because we saw no development.
Okay, what if it happens and then immediately after that we get a flashback?
Then I would have to sin it twice because
Damn it.
once
Flashback. Or we
for
get to
the
see
random show up, and then another one for putting in a damn flashback. Because RWBY has to have at least one flashback per season. Except for Volume 6, which had 2.
Six had 2 flashbacks?
Yeah, Osmond's story and then Maria's story. Yeah,
It also had
yeah.
the
fight.
flashback with them boarding the train in the house.
No,
So
I
it's
don't
4.
count. That's not technically a flashback. That's like a thing where you do earlier. It's different. Like earlier
okay.
that day, sort of thing.
I hope they don't do any more of that though.
Yeah, I hope they don't do that either. That was terrible.
I didn't think it was terrible. I just prefer... Because they had to start Volume 6 off with an action scene because of how
Yeah.
bad Volume 5 was.
But yeah,
Seems like the best that they could have done with what they had.
the requirements of any volume of RWBY is you require at least one flashback and at least one eye roll. No
Okay.
joke. If you go and watch it, you can see at least one eye roll per volume. And a
volume
lot
one?
of them are Weiss.
A lot of them. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I think that's just her thing.
Well, actually, the first ever one was John. When he was when Pyrrha was explaining aura to him.
Is that a dog?
I think so.
Yeah, that's my dog. Sorry.
That's okay. Oh.
Give me a sec.
Whoop. But yeah, there's always at least one eye roll in the volume.
I hadn't noticed.
When you're counting sins, yeah, take note of everything. And with it, I mostly use it just to make jokes as well. I will admit to that.
Did we
But-
have anything else to say about Stark?
I'm also curious what Summer's semblance would have been.
Yeah.
And like,
They're
I
probably
know
just
I
gonna make it
just
speed
hit
like
hard
RWBY.
on flashbacks, but it'd be interesting to see a flashback for Summer's semblance.
I really want that.
Yeah, if like that, I would give credit to, because it's like, hey, we're getting a flashback. I wouldn't see the fact that we're getting a flashback, but the actual flashback itself would not get as sinned unless it had problems.
Yeah.
So like with
Also,
the volume 3, volume 6 thing with Ozpin, like volume 3 we learn how the maidens got their power, and then we find out in volume 6, oh, Ozpin and Salem had kids who were the maidens.
were they the maidens? I
Yes.
just thought they were kids.
Yes, because
Huh.
when you have two magical beings, you've got almost like 100% chance of having magical kids.
True.
It's like a Harry Potter situation.
That's just not. I just thought the maidens kind of looked like them. That was basically it.
No, I think you see one of them like do some magic or something like that in the flashback.
Also, I will agree with Summer saying Aspen is an idiot when it comes to the whole maiden power stuff.
Yeah, he's just dragging more people.
I'm just gonna give away all my powers to these random people because they're nice.
And then people are gonna hunt them down. He wasn't even probably thinking about it. He just wasn't thinking.
Yeah.
He was a weird old man in a cave.
He was. He's like just a weird old man.
He's probably like high on
Yes.
mushrooms or something.
Probably.
Hmm.
God damn it, Ozpin. This is all your fault. This is why we have to watch RWBY now.
Yeah.
This is why Cinder has more plot armor.
With that sort of thing, I would hope, like, if the series was to end at, like, volume 12, Salem is defeated, and then Ozpin is actually, like, sort of, like, killed off or something like that in some way. Or, like, your mission is done, you can leave the person's body now, sort of thing.
He's gonna.
You think
He's
that's
gonna,
what's
like,
gonna
stop-
happen?
He's gonna like Star Wars fade away until like a ghost or something.
Mythic just wants him to stay in Oscar forever. I want him to die.
Yeah, that would not work.
I feel like he wants to die as well. So that
Yeah.
would be his happy ending. That'd be everybody's happy ending.
Semi-immortality kind of sucks.
It does. You cannot have peace like that. In someone else's body, no less.
Like even in Salem's case, like it seems like it sucks too.
Yeah.
I
feel like they both just kind of want to die.
Yeah.
I'll be surprised if they did,
Salem's-
like, the thing where...
Salem's too high on like God of Destruction goop to really think about dying.
Oh
If-
man.
It'd be interesting if they did, like, what happened in the flashback, how they just killed everyone off.
Yeah.
Like, in the
I'm just
first
waiting for
time
Salem
around.
to get launched into space.
Just Salem gets
We don't
launched into
have the
space.
technology, sadly.
It's just cars. From freaking.
Alright.
No, just put her in a giant slingshot and just be like, just
So-
fire it.
We just have to, like, throw her off of the cliff where she originally became Goth Salem. Let her get impaled by one of those rocks for all eternity. She'll just stick there.
No, Ruby
We'll have
and
someone
Salem.
keep watch.
Ruby and Salem are going to fight on top of a volcano, and then the volcano is going to erupt and launch Salem into space.
No, Jean will kill Salem. It was him all along.
No, it's just like random person number one ends up being the hero of the story. It's just like some character we don't even know, and it's just like,
It was
The
Julia's
shopkeeper.
new girlfriend. Random background bunny funnest.
wait, Velvet?
No, there was another one in Haven. Who she
No,
gave eyes
I was
to.
making a Velvet joke.
Oh, or Velvet kills Salem. She copies her immortality power.
Oh, that would be awesome. That would be an awesome fight to see.
That's how it works, but it would be funny.
That would be
It-
What would Salem's weapon be? I feel like she should have a weapon.
Her weapon is the Grim.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Or like
you
her
think it'd be
personal
a
weapon.
that's made out of Grim? Yeah, like it'd be made out of Grim and it like shapeshifts.
Well, she technically
So
doesn't
she gets
have
face to
one.
face with Ozpin. Her weapon is seducing him.
She doesn't have a weapon, but I feel
Her
like
weapon
she
is
should
her
make a
mind.
weapon if they're starting to get close to victory.
She is the
Yeah.
weapon.
Yeah.
Just bringing about,
Magic
casually bringing about the end of humanity.
Yeah.
missile. Yeah. If that even is like, do we even know her exact
We don't know.
end goal? Yeah, we
She's-
don't even know that.
she's
We don't
just
know if it's
really,
humanity.
Peeved off. That's all she is.
This all started because of two
Hey,
exes
Alex.
fighting.
Welcome back.
I'm back.
The
Something
podcast is
happened.
still going on.
Because
Jesus.
freaking Ozma. This whole plot is Ozma's fault.
I think
Yeah.
it's the gods' fault. They're more they're more idiotic.
Yeah, it's their fault.
It's
Oh,
just
so I
a
just
big
wanted to
Greek
get, like-
tragedy.
There was
Where,
there's
everyone's
one
a
joke
freaking
that I made in my sins list. If they left Salem with one other guy, like with one other person, one guy.
Yeah,
What's
I
that
hear
noise?
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Hey, I'm Alex. Yeah, a bit noisy there.
It sounds like there's a storm over there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, it's like
I'm
you're
actually
standing right in the middle of
I'm
the
actually
storm,
outside.
and then you just exited the eye of the storm.
Like, boom.
Yeah, are you?
I'm actually
hurricane?
outside, and I think somebody's partying.
Like, are you in Florida?
No. I'm not a Florida man. I'm a proud Puerto Rican. That's what I am.
Ah,
That's pretty close.
it explodes.
It isn't.
I was just making a joke.
No, I mean, I
They're
thought you
both
meant Puerto,
in the
I
water.
thought you meant like you were in Puerto Rico. I was gonna say that's kind of close to Florida.
I was just making a joke about. I was just making a sort of a
Geography.
joke about Mythic situation at the moment
Yeah.
because he's
He's
in
like, if I
Florida.
don't talk to you guys in like a month, just assume I'm dead. Just so casually.
I really hope that doesn't happen. I'd be so sad.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'd be
So
devastated.
yeah, I made a joke about like
Yeah.
the god should have left one guy with Salem, one more guy with Salem, and just be like, yeah. Yeah, good luck.
How are we gonna punish this person? I know. Let's make them immortal. I'm sure that's not gonna do anything bad.
Well, I mean, usually it leads to the person wishing for death whenever you're immortal.
And then
She kind of spun it on its head, though, because she's
Yeah.
petty.
But
Yeah.
do you get the joke that,
Yeah, she really
that I'm
is.
making?
She's so petty. Like,
I
She
wanted
would
the
rather-
kids.
She would rather round up all of humanity.
Because her ex didn't want to do her anymore.
She just...
This is RWBY.
She's so
folks.
thirsty.
this is the plot of RWBY.
Anyway, guys,
Once upon a time,
guys,
Salem was thirsty.
I'm just gonna say right
Like,
now,
really?
we're at an hour and 20 minutes at this point. I'm gonna wrap it up in about 10 minutes or so. So I want to do like
Gotcha.
an OC generator for characters for this last bit, okay?
Sure.
Wow.
Sure.
So
I'm just over here just spectating. I'm the bystander.
I have mine already done. It's just type in your RWBY life
mean victim?
in the Google bar and it should come up.
Okay.
Give me a minute.
There should be.
What is Fella's profile pic?
What?
the fuck is that?
I think it was.
He looks like a
deformed woman?
monkey.
If I remember, I was in the chat when she was talking about that. I think it was like an old like doodle she just found, and she's like, "So I make this my profile picture," and we were all just like, "Yeah."
So I'm gonna start
I have
with.
nightmares.
I'm gonna start with my character.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say the name. You don't have to say name for it. But race, I got human. Kingdom of birth, I'm Misrule. My character has brown hair and blue eyes.
Okay.
The school that I go to in RWBY is Shade Academy. Over in Vacuo.
Wow.
My character's semblance is mind exchange. I don't know how that would work.
Yeah, I was about to say, how does that work?
Like, it's not telepathy.
Mind next.
It's
Like
not
body
telepathy.
swapping?
I feel like that would sort of be it. In a way, yes.
Saucy.
I can be any character I want.
Hang on,
That'd be
Switch
so much
minds with
fun
Salem.
just to mess with people.
Switch minds with Salem.
Oh,
Plot defeated.
He's gonna see every secret Salem has.
So
oh,
crazy.
Every secret.
I would swap minds with Blake.
Oh my fucking god.
You would.
I would. No, I would.
She's my favorite
That sounds
character.
perverted. That sounds perverted, but
It
I
does.
think I don't know.
She's
That's
my
what I
favorite character
Give
though.
yourself a harem of
Like-
Blakes.
If you do with my mind, you're gonna be cursed for life. Seriously, my mind's like already fucked up.
But no, it'd just be fun to be part of a team and just be able to swap like people around
What
in
if
your
you did
team.
that with your enemies? It would confuse them so much.
They're like, What's
Yes.
happening?
You're Ginyu.
Oh,
What if you switched minds with your enemy and then you
But
committed
he
suicide?
doesn't need to do the poses though.
No, he doesn't.
What?
I mean, I'd still do them just cause.
anyway, let's move on from that.
What?
So, my character's weapon is a trident combined with a submachine gun.
Aquaman.
like Neptune.
Pull out some Neptune.
I feel like attaching a submachine gun to a trident will look really ugly.
Yeah.
It kind of has a water theme though. Trident.
No, what it is, it's like the trident. You have a trident on the rope in your submachine gun, and you have like a separate trigger to fire the trident off.
Oh my god.
It's just like. You just watch it go flying, and then you just hit your person, and then you have another trigger the same trigger to pull it back, and you just pull the person back with the trident.
Jesus.
That'd be crazy. That'd be.
Oh boy.
Wait, you said his weapon was a trident and a railgun, right?
A trident
Submachine
combined with
gun.
a submachine gun.
Railgun.
This would literally be Neptune and Coco's son.
Uh,
It would.
Is Coco a lesbian?
for the team, I'm apparently with team slash
manga.
leader. Apparently, they only have a yes or no choice, and I got no this time around. That's
What was it?
a team slash leader, and it literally just says no. So apparently, I'm not a leader or part of a team at all.
Wow.
I'm
Did
a
your team
lone wolf.
die? Did Salem squish them?
No, it's
Kevin the Dragon.
no,
cannot
it
beat
just
them all.
says no, as in like I don't have a
Oh, it's
team,
not a sad one.
or I'm not a leader of a team. I'm on my own.
Ah, so you're homeless.
No, not homeless.
Oh, so like Fox.
No,
Depressed?
no, it's just I. You can have people that don't work well in teams like Raven.
No, she ain't joining any team any soon. She's gonna be
Alright, guess
depressed the
Dudley.
entire day.
Or like she left her
Dead now.
team.
She met her team and one of them died.
Alignment I got chaotic good, and there's
That's
one
fun.
last one that's like 4 different possibilities of like crush, friend, rival, or enemy. I got Tuscan. I don't remember who Tuscan is. Is that like the
That's the guy that Emerald and Mercury fight in Volume 2 premiere.
or like isn't it the guy that they killed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's already dead, so it wouldn't be
The
a
white
rival
thing.
then.
I
we
can't
tried to
choose
run
anything
away.
with him.
The
I can
third
only
Crusade
really
book.
choose friend because he's not a bad person.
He wasn't. He was actually trying to escape the White Fang.
Well, he was in the White Fang.
Yeah, but he was
He
trying
left,
to escape.
but
He was trying to
I mean-
escape.
he was in it.
Anyway, that's my character. Do you guys have your characters set up or not?
No, I
just did it. I just put random in mine, and I apparently got a faunus, so I already got.
Okay, what is this? Do I just Google Ruby OC?
So
That's
your
Ruby.
Ruby life. That's
Random.
what you look up.
Yeah, it's just like a random generator thing.
Yeah,
Go to Ruby
your Ruby
What?
life. Life.
Life.
Life.
Second life.
Oh, LY?
Life. Like the actual spelling for life.
Ruby Life. Is this a Facebook page?
Your Ruby life. It's
It's a Twitter.
It's a Shinden-
Twitter. It's just
it's like a
Twitter.
Shinden maker. It's a
Oh, I see.
Shinden maker. I'm not even sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly.
This is not.
So
mobile
Webby, do
friendly.
you have yours? Or like did you
Yeah,
just
I
put in
got
a
mine.
random
Apparently
one?
mine's just. I've got mine. Apparently my person's a faunus, so I already got the bottom of the barrel.
Oh, which type of faunus? Because it should say.
Jesus, was I too? Jesus.
What?
What happened?
Oh no, some person just texted me. It was like 2 hours ago. I'm like, it wasn't that long, was I?
It's almost an hour and a half that we're on here. It might have
Yeah,
to go a
is
bit
it
longer
under
so that
character
everyone can
generator?
do their character thing.
It
Yeah.
doesn't say any. I'm having trouble navigating this.
But yeah, my person's apparently a sheep person, so that's fun.
I think the exact website is in the URL bar. Type HTTPS colon then 2 slashes to start it off.
This is Shinden Maker, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like en.shindenmaker.com then slash and then the exact number is 501008. That's the exact one.
Not on a laptop.
I'm just gonna say mine.
My phone.
Yeah, I'm gonna say mine real quick.
Oh, hey,
just to
Wise.
Get this done. Here I am.
So Webby, you have yours?
Yeah, I'm just gonna go through this real quick. I'm not gonna linger on this too long.
Hey Wise,
So,
you
apparently,
sort of join this at the end of the podcast that we're doing at the moment.
I'm basically Emerald, but with like a
Hello,
hammer
host.
instead.
Wow. I heard that a long time ago.
Oh,
Oh.
Yeah,
hello. Yes, you're at the end of this podcast.
Yeah, but I've been brought back to life.
where, how,
Ah.
when? Black magic?
I guess, I don't know. Some
wizard?
guy's named Vegeta and Gandalf for some reason revived me. And a few others I don't
Vegeta
remember.
and Gandalf? What?
Yeah.
So,
What the fuck?
Adam,
Yeah, they were fans. They were fans of my character. Brought me back.
you are being recorded at the moment,
how-
just so you know.
Oh,
okay with that?
That's cool. That's cool.
Webbia, you had yours ready?
I think he's dead.
No, he's
Wait,
dead.
who?
Summer, do you have yours
The guy
yet?
with the skeleton.
Have my what?
Oh no, I'm not
Girl
talking to
scene
you,
or
Adam.
something.
I'm talking to Summer.
Oh.
What? Oh, I tried to get on there. I don't know how this website works.
So, you type in a name, then you click diagnose, and then it should come up with something for the name that you put in.
It's just RWBY Life? Oh. I can't use technology, you guys.
Oh, it's
not the
fine.
only
It's
one.
fine.
I can't even Photoshop.
Okay, no, but like, okay.
I did the
So
bare
it's
minimum
Shinden
of
Maker.
editing
I
for
typed
videos.
in RWBY Life, and then there's this picture.
You should.
There's this random
It's
black and
your
white picture
RWBY
of like a
life
lady.
that you should have put in.
Your RWBY Life.
Yeah, that's the,
Wait,
the
RWBY
name
I
of
feel
it.
like this is it. This is Shinden Maker, which is
They're
what
making
you
an
said.
OC. They're doing a quiz or something.
No, it's just an OC
What do I
generator.
need to do?
Okay,
I clicked
get
on
it.
character
I get it.
generator. Enter your name.
You don't have to say your real name
and
at
you'll get
all.
whatever.
Just put God. Zeus.
Oh, no, wait.
Do you want me to read everything? There's a
So
lot.
Put your
you don't
emotion
need
in
to
it.
read your name,
Put your emotion.
but if you want to, you can read everything else.
I just said the race and weapon. That's all I did.
There's a lot of.
What was the weapon that you had?
Apparently it was. Alright, I had to get through the thing real quick. It was a hammer with a shotgun, essentially.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, apparently I wear pigtails and sunglasses. And my
Oh,
weapon
I
is
think you're at a
bow
different one.
combined with a whip.
I think you're a different one than the one I was at. Cause
Probably. I don't want to. I don't know how to do this.
so
What did I
go
just
up to
walk
the
into?
URL bar. It's at the top of the website. Like at the very
Okay.
top of the screen. Type in en dot. And then shindenmaker.com.
That's where I was. This is where I was.
But it should be //501008. That's the exact number. The number you're at is probably a different number.
This is exactly where I was.
Really?
Oh,
I'm getting the same
Jeez.
thing.
Does it have like? Does it give you like race, kingdom of birth? and
Oh,
all
well, now
that?
I'm getting it.
Huh?
Yeah. Okay, so I got human,
Yeah.
and I was born in
Human.
Vale. I have black
Huh.
hair and green eyes. Oh, so I'm
Wow.
just mint Neo.
Neo.
My semblance is petrifying gaze.
well, what the?
Whoa!
Gayster.
Whoa!
My
Petrifying
semblance is
gays.
gayster.
That's.
Damn, I'm pretty sure
an
Yang would
awesome
like
one.
that.
In the first
Am
ever
I the
podcast,
pizza?
I had a person get.
Are
in
you
the-
on that gay website? What is this?
No.
Petrifying gaze. Gaze.
No.
Petrifying gaze.
But I had a person
Oh my
in the RWBY podcast where we did that at the same.
I can defeat Yang.
Excuse me. Just trying to say something at the moment. I did it in the RWBY, the first ever podcast about Team RWBY, and someone got poison kiss.
Ooh.
Okay, poison ivy.
Yeah. But yeah, that'd be an
weapon
interesting one to have.
My weapon is a violin with an electric pole.
Ooh.
Okay, that makes too much sense.
Strip mall?
Sense. Yeah.
I'm not a team leader. My alignment is chaotic neutral.
Oh, okay. Thank God.
With the team
Then we're,
leader
like,
sort of
10
thing,
to
does
100.
it just say no? Because
Yeah, I assume it just refers to leader and not team. Just team leader.
no, has
my
team
God.
/ leader, so that's where it's confusing.
I wouldn't read into it too hard, because that wouldn't make sense.
No, but
So I assume it just refers to leader.
at the very bottom one, it has like the 4 different things that you can choose from. So it's like
Huh?
at the
I didn't see that.
when you scroll down a bit further, you'll see it. It'll say
What is
like
it?
crush, friend, enemy, a rival, enemy thing,
Yeah.
and then a person's name. Like with that one, that's
I
like
wouldn't
you can choose whichever
Think
one
too
you
hard
want.
about it.
So
I would
that's
just
where it's
ignore
confusing.
that, to be honest.
Yeah,
Don't think
I
about
just
it.
say
Just don't think
if
about
it
it.
says no, it just means you're not part of the team at all, sort of thing.
Just turn your brain off. Don't think about it. And all of a sudden it'll make sense.
I can't turn my brain off like you can. I'm too scientific to do so.
It's okay. Just pretend it's not there. It doesn't exist. Some relaxing lack of mental activity.
Hmm.
Bam bag. Jesus.
Oh my gosh. So, like, what's the other stuff that you have? Summer?
Oh,
Pass the weapon.
the only one that I didn't say.
Uh,
Okay, well, I said I was not a team leader, and my alignment is chaotic neutral, and I have no idea who Maze the Dong is.
Oh, that's, from the Juniper fight in Volume 3. She's the one with the sniper rifle.
Oh.
She was
Okay,
in
I'm
the
gonna
trees.
say that's my crush. Cause she's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Everyone else is just muting themselves. And this is going a bit longer than I thought it was.
Oh my goodness.
Hey Warfighter,
Yeah.
you've come pretty much at the end of this thing.
Oh my god, no.
I think we're pretty much done.
Yeah, we're pretty much done at this
You
point.
knew what you were doing.
I failed.
Yeah. Well, I haven't done my outro just yet. I'm about to do it though. So yeah, for everyone watching on YouTube, links to my YouTube page and my Twitter page will be down below, along with a link to Amino for you guys to go and check out and possibly join the podcast if you want to. It is a fun topic here. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know when the next video comes out. I'm the Mad Scientist,